Hi, this is Gail, and today I want to share a devotion with you about consistency and depth in our walk with the Lord, because those two things keep us from falling for lies. These are two key ingredients. If we're too busy to spend time in God's Word on a regular basis, it should be every day, then we're going to remain immature. But growth requires more than just regular time in God's Word. It requires that we study God's Word, that we better understand it, that we understand how to respond to questions about God's Word, because we are all representatives of Christ and we are going to be asked questions, and it's important that we can answer them. Now, there are sometimes you just need to say, hey, I'll have to study that and find out. But we should be growing in our faith so that we're better able to answer and respond questions, and also just to understand them for ourselves. One reason genuine believers are taken in by lies in disguise, I like to use that phrase. It's from a book that I've written that I hope you have checked out, because it really is helpful in helping to uncover some of the lies that have entered the church, some of the half-truths. But one way we can make sure that we are not taken in by them is that we have both consistency and depth in our walk with the Lord. Besides letting God's Word guide our thoughts and our behavior, we need to study it. We need to address false teachings. We need to understand why they are false. You know, some lies have been around for centuries. Claims that, oh, the Bible is full of errors, or that Jesus isn't God, or that everyone will be saved. And we need to know how to answer those. But we have a whole new group of lies in disguise coming into the church in the last 40, 50 years. And these are in regard to things like male leadership and sexual lifestyles and abortion. And we need to know how to respond to those things. The Apostle Paul admitted that he would never stop growing. In Philippians 2:12 through 13, he says that he will continually be seeking to grow deeper in God. And that's what we should be doing as well. Therefore, let's move beyond the elementary teachings about Christ and be taken forward to maturity. That's Hebrews 6:1. Also, look at Hebrews 5:12 through 14, which talks about being baby Christians and growing up in our faith. One thing that will help your consistency and your depth is a free subscription to Bible Love Notes. That's my blog. I have a YouTube channel, but I also have a blog, and often I'll tell you to look in the description, because the link to the blog will give you all of the scriptures linked so that you can verify the things that I'm telling you on a video. And I want to encourage you to look at the description today, because I will be putting in the link to tell you about the subscriptions. And I want you to know that the subscriptions are free. And the other thing about my blog is you don't get pop-up ads. You don't get asked for donations. You will find some ads for my book at the bottom of the devotions. You don't even have to read them, but that's the only thing on my blog that is like that. So feel comfortable knowing that if it comes into your email each day, there's not going to be any kind of tracking of your name, or it's not going to be used to sell products or to sell to someone else. And so I encourage you, if you're already a subscriber, please tell your friends and your family about it, because that's one way you can help get God's Word out. Thanks.